Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me. This is your daily tarot transmission. So first off, I want to ask you, if you have the opportunity and you're not driving or anything like that, to close your eyes and place your feet on the ground. And imagine, if you will, you have a very heavy coin sitting in your hand. And this coin is a sense of a new financial project or some opportunity and a sense of value that is your own. And it's as if the universe has given you this coin as something to start something new and to begin a new path into something unknown. And imagine, if you will, that this inner sense of value and new, almost like duty or task that's coming from your higher self is encouraged and supported by a community. And you feel a sense of moving toward something new with this confidence that you have within you because of this coin that's been placed in your hand and that you've been entrusted with. Now imagine that you come across things in your path that give you a sense of doubt. And simultaneously, there is also a sense of vision. And you have these two, almost opposite energies that are ultimately in front of you and dictate whether or not you move forward or whether or not you stop. Now, this description is the three cards that we have for today. We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is that new opportunity, that new beginning as far as like a financial project or a new project as far as taking care of the body, a new sense of understanding of your own sense of duty to yourself and your own value of yourself, that's being encouraged by a community that's giving you a sense of confidence as you move forward on that path based on old successes. And then you come across this fork in the road where you can either go down one fork based on this vision that you've been given that can lead you up a mountain, or you can go down a really dark fork that leads to financial loss. And these are the two forks that you have to face when you consider pursuing this opportunity. Now, I drew a fourth card for today because I wanted some clarification around that third card. And the fourth card that we have for today is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is all about having a boundary and keeping a boundary. And this character in this card has two different shoes on, meaning that they have a foot in two different worlds, and I think this fourth card is all about us having a boundary with ourselves and not letting our attention fall into a state of, the two folks that are sitting in the front, but more so letting our attention focus on our vision and what is calling us into new beginnings, because ultimately, no matter what we go through in life, no matter what resistance we're met with or hardship we're met with, how we see it and how we are within it is ultimately what determines our world and our existence. And so, through every experience, we have an opportunity to open our perspective and to have a greater sense of awakening. And that ultimately comes down to, seeing limitation or seeing opportunity or seeing the potential in the unknown. We can fall into a mindset that can look at our past and see maybe what hasn't worked out what hasn't gone in an idealistic way, and we can beat ourselves up for it, and yet we can also look at all those experiences and draw something out of it that ultimately we can learn from and grow from. And that comes down to our boundaries and what boundaries we have with ourselves, and where we let our mindset fall, or where we actually have an active attention and conscious awareness as to where we put our attention. And so I invite people, as we move through these energies of the new moon that we just went through just a few days ago, and as we're seeing these new beginnings that come into our life, to not try to try not to be fixated on what it's going to look like, but to instead, leave the option, leave the energy open for potential to be actualized outside of what you already know. Because ultimately, it's what we see as possible that's limiting, and what is actually possible is far greater than anything that we see as possible. So I encourage you to use language that invites experiences into your world that bring happiness and joy and understanding and compassion and community. And I look forward to seeing how we're all going to overcome scenarios that perhaps in life we had always tried to resist because we didn't want to experience them. And I encourage you to see through that hurdle that ultimately has kept you from seeing what you're capable of. Because it's the greatest stories that we see in history when we read how people overcame hardship, how they overcame harsh weather conditions, how they overcame difficult situations in their life. And that overcoming is ultimately what shaped their lives and the world at large. So I send you a good wish today, and many blessings, and so much love. I will see you again soon.